Hello everybody and welcome to Comic Time. I am Rainbow and Panda and it's Thursday. It is not Wednesday. I had some technical difficulties yesterday trying to shoot my video, and after the second failed attempt, which occurred less than a minute before I was done, I had to just take a break and say no, I can't do this again in case it fails. So here I am today, a day late, and I feel horrible about it, but the show must go on. So, this is what I picked up at the comic book store yesterday. We have My Little Pony, the micro series, featuring Celestia. That's all that's getting said about that comic. We have the God is Dead #1, which came out a couple weeks ago. I will be doing a video review on that one, so look forward to that probably tomorrow. We have Batman Low Gotham #6, which the cover on this one, I don't know, I kind of like it. It's like, you know, childish, but still kind of current. I don't know, I like it. We have X-Men #5, which this has to do with the Battle of the Atom. I don't know, I really like this series, but I'm not feeling the cover. I don't like the yellow border, all of that. I don't know, there's just something about it that I'm just not feeling, so I'm hoping that this issue isn't a disappointment, but I will let you guys know. We have Wolverine #9, which is the second part of the Killable story that they are doing. I don't know, I liked the first one, but I understand why some people don't like it. But it seems like it's been a while since #8 came out, so, like, I saw this, that it was coming out, and I was like, wow, it seems like it's been forever since the Wolverine came out, so I'm kind of excited to read it. We have Uncanny X-Force #11, which every time I see this cover, even yesterday, I was like, this looks like it should be like an East of West cover almost. Like, it's just not quite Uncanny X-Force at all. Like, every time I saw it, I was like, this isn't right. Something's not right here. But it is Uncanny X-Force #11. We have, with the Infinity going on, we have the Mighty Avengers #1. This is the title that, if I had to put back any of the books that I got yesterday, I think it would be this one. I'm not really for sure why. I just don't think it's going to be the best comic. I don't know, I'm not super impressed with the artwork on the cover. I mean, it's good, but it's not, I don't know, it's almost like cartoonish. Like, I don't even know, I just feel like it's straight from like Saturday morning cartoons or something, and that's not a problem, but I'm used to reading, you know, the Avengers titles that have like the super different artwork. So, I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll like it, maybe I won't, but I'll let you guys know. I hope that it's at least better than I feel like it's going to be. I really have set like a low expectation for it, so I feel like it has to be better at least than what I think, because I've never had a comic be like as bad as I thought it was going to be. But we'll see. We also have, along with Infinity, we have The Hunt #1, which this one looks interesting. I haven't read it yet, but I'm definitely interested in it. Of course, with the title of The Hunt, I instantly think of The Haunt, and if you watched the Q&A that I uploaded this week, I'm still mourning the loss of The Haunt. It's been a little while now. I want to say it's been almost a year, but I'm still mourning The Haunt. So, seeing The Hunt, that's what I've thought about ever since I've heard that it was going to come out. So, just like mourning it, but I'm going to read it and it's going to be awesome, I'm sure. We have The Fearless Defenders #9, which this is written by Cullen Bunn, and I like Cullen Bunn a lot. He writes Deadpool Kills Deadpool, and who is responsible for Pandapool. So, and this title has been doing fairly well. I think for it being a title that's about women, superhero type people, it does a lot better than you would expect. You know, a lot of people are always like, oh, why don't all the women superheroes have their own series and stuff? And everyone's like, because no one's interested. Like, they all have really low selling points and whatnot. But this one has made it to 9 issues. So, I don't know, I think it's gonna be around for, I see it being around at least, I'm gonna say 24 issues. I don't know why I'm thinking 24, it's just a random number, but I see it being around for at least that long, which, you know, is longer than some titles. So usually they like to cancel titles around the 9 the 9 mark, and I don't see that happening with this one at all. But I don't know, I think it's doing pretty well. I like it. It's entertaining, so I would suggest picking it up. I think I actually, at my store, I got the last copy of it, so I don't know. I think it does well. We have Deadpool, not Deadpool Kills Deadpool, but just Deadpool. It is number 16, and I will zoom in on this cover. I think, I don't know, ever since I saw this one yesterday, like, I look at it and it reminds me of The Walking Dead, because it kind of looks like in the background that maybe he's, like, at, like, a prison, with, like, the barbed wire fence and whatnot. And then, of course, like, the weapons that he's choosing to use are kind of Walking Dead-ish, with some of the characters in that comic. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe in it he sort of takes a couple jabs at The Walking Dead. Image and Marvel are not really related at all, but Deadpool has taken some jabs at some other comics before. He's done Batman. So I'm thinking maybe with Walking Dead about to have, you know, their 115th issue coming out next month. It's sort of a really, really big deal. I'm thinking that maybe if he's going to, you know, take a jab at The Walking Dead, this would be the issue to do it. So I'm excited to read it and see, you know, if I'm right or if I'm just completely reading way too much into that, which is probably the case, but I would like to think that maybe it's not, because, I don't know, I like Deadpool and all of his like, antics, so I'm excited to read it. We have Avengers Arena from Dennis Hopeless, which I'm excited to read because, I don't know, I really enjoy this series. I want to say it's kind of winding up towards the end, but Dennis Hopeless to me does really awesome writing work. He wrote The Answer, which you all should know that I really, really enjoyed, and he just won a Harvey Award at the Cincinnati Comic-Con this weekend for Best Upcoming Artist, Best Upcoming Writer. He's basically the writer to watch. They're saying that amazing, amazing things are going to happen from him, and I can totally see that. So, yeah, he won a Harvey Award this weekend. Also, Mike Norton, who drew The Answer, he won for Battle Pug. So, and then Saga just cleaned house. I think they won every single award that they were nominated for, which was, like, almost all of them. So, congratulations to all of those. We have Avengers. It is the Infinity issue. I believe it is issue number 19, if I'm correct. And I am. So we'll see about that. It's weird to see like the red cover and all of that with it, but we'll see. Ghosted number 3, which I did a review on number 1. I really liked number 1. I have not read number 2 because I don't have it yet, so I cannot read this issue yet. And then of course on the back, as I was talking about Walking Dead earlier, we have the advertisement for issue 115, The Walking Dead, coming out on October 9th, so a little under a month away from that. If any of you guys are excited, I'm gonna get it. I don't usually get single issues of The Walking Dead. I wait for the trades or the compendiums or just whatever. And so I'm gonna get that one though, because it seems like it's a really big deal and I feel like I should be part of that. We have X number 5, which I really like this series too. I need to do a review of this series just because I don't know a lot of people that do read it, but I read it and I think it's really good. We have Adventure Time Candy Capers number 3. So that's excited. Okay, and then I only got 2 of the 3D covers this week for DC. I have 3 in my pull list at my comic book store. I sort of didn't, I don't know, I might go back and get them and I might not. I couldn't make up my mind, so I kind of reserved them and kept them aside just in case I decided to go back and get them. But these are the 2 that I brought home. I brought home the Riddler number 1, which I had to get this because as soon as I saw it, just something about the face of the Riddler in this, like, it just reminded me of, like, almost like a Jim Carrey kind of thing from, like, Batman Forever, which, yes, I know, Batman Forever was horrible, but you have to remember, I was a really little kid whenever it came out, and I loved Jim Carrey when I was a little kid. He could do no wrong to me, so I would just sit there and watch him, and it was my favorite. So I saw that, and I just felt like a little kid again, and, you know, whenever you can kind of go back to your childhood, it's always a good thing. So I haven't read this issue yet, so I don't know if it's any good, but I liked the cover just because it reminded me of childhood, so don't judge me. I know the movie was horrible, but I was a kid. Can't get mad at little kids. And then Harley Quinn was the other one that I got. And my shop ordered a bunch of these, but I think it's just because they sell a bunch of the Batman Detective series, and that's how, that determines how many you get. At the shop, I left Mr. Freeze and two other ones, and I don't remember which two they were now, but I know I left Mr. Freeze because, I don't know, I just felt like I needed to get Mr. Freeze. I don't know, I just felt like I needed Mr. Freeze. So I got Mr. Freeze, and then I got two other ones. And if I end up getting those, I will show them next week on that show. But I haven't decided if I want to go back for them or not. I probably will in the event that I have, extra money at the end of this week. But we'll see. And then my top 3 comics of the week. I have the External Warrior #1. I don't really know why this is like one of my top ones of the week, but it's new, it's the #1 issue. It's one of the few comics that I've bought recently that I have no idea what it's about. I do not know what this comic is about at all, but it was the first issue. It was by a company that wasn't Marvel or DC, so I felt like I needed to check it out, see what it is. I'll do a review on it. I looked at the first couple pages before I bought it, and I think it could be decent. So I'm gonna definitely do that, but I don't know. I kind of like just every once in a while getting a comic that you have no idea what it's about and then reading it. Like, usually I'm pleasantly surprised. Every once in a while I get something and I'm like, what is this? Like, this is strange and I shouldn't have bought this, but this one I think it'll be good. So I'll let you guys know. I'll do a review. It'll probably be up either tonight or tomorrow, so look forward to that. Then we have Rachel Rising #19, which this was up for a Harvey Award, but I'm pretty sure that whatever category it was in, the Saga was also in it, so Saga pretty much trumped Rachel Rising, which is unfortunate because I really like Rachel Rising, but I really like Saga too, so priorities, I guess. If you guys don't read this title, I would heavily suggest it. If you read Revival, I can pretty much guarantee that you'll like Rachel Rising. And if you read Rachel Rising, I can pretty much guarantee that you'll like Revival. So, completely different writers and everything, but I don't know, I think it's really good. And I need to check up and see if there's any updates on it, but Rachel Rising is supposed to be made into like a television series sometime in the near future. So hopefully that all goes through, because pretty much the longevity of the comic depends on it becoming a successful television show. So I suggest that if it does get to that point, that you guys all tune in, because I want the comic to stay around forever. And then my #1, if you knew it was coming out today, you shouldn't be surprised that it's my #1. We have the Killjoys #4. It has Blue on the cover, and Blue is my favorite character in it. Maybe one day I'll cosplay as her. I think it would be super cool to have like a bright blue wig and everything on, so that's gonna happen someday, I'm sure. I don't know how near in the future, but one day it will happen. I read this comic a couple weeks ago. I got a PDF file advanced, and I was super excited because, it's my favorite. The last issue sadly comes out next month, and I'm already starting like the mourning process, because it's not just the end of the series, it's like the end of like the last like 12 years of my life pretty much. So I'm in the mourning process, and the day that comic comes out, it's gonna be a very sad edition of Comic Time. That's all prepare yourselves. Okay, so those are the comics that I got this week. Like I said, I left a few of them back at the store, but I'll probably go back and then I'll have them on next week's show. I feel like there's a couple that I need to go in order too. I just don't remember them by name at the moment. Okay, it is 103 days now until Anime Apocalypse. I'm super excited for that. That is the convention at the end of December in Rockford that I'm going to. I'm super excited. Everything is just sort of falling into place. We're getting plans, what we're doing. We need to start working on what we're doing for the panel that we're doing, but we are going to have awesome things planned. We have like giveaways, we're going to have like live streaming shows, we have a panel. We're gonna go eat at Taco Bell, because apparently the Taco Bell in Rockford is like super amazing, and I already think the Taco Bell in general is super amazing, so you give me like the best Taco Bell in the country and it's like a few hours from my house and I'm totally there. So I don't know, I'm excited about it, but I think it's gonna be fun, and it's gonna be sort of a smaller type convention, which I think is a really good way to start if you guys like don't go to a lot of conventions and stuff. I think the smaller ones like this are totally the ones to start. Like, don't just throw yourself into Comic-Con, because you'll go crazy, for sure. So yeah, if you guys are in the area of Rockford, Illinois in the end of December, I would totally check it out. And if not, Once we get closer to time and stuff, I'll have like links posted of like where you can see, you know, what we do and all of that. But it'll be like me and my panel to panel team, a few of us. And also on Friday, the panel to panel new episode will be up, and it's going to be super exciting. We talk about all things Thor and Asgard and Midgard and all of those realms of Asgard and all of that, and it's super exciting. I managed to work some unrelated topics into it, like we talk about Pokemon and wrestling, and at one point we all talk about like My Little Pony and yeah, all of this stuff. So it's a good time, but it's mainly about Thor and all of the realms. We don't really get much into like the new movie and stuff. It's mainly about like comic related things and about all of that, but I think it's going to be a fun time. It'll be really fun to see like how it gets edited. So I'm really excited to see. That'll be up on Friday at followingthenerd.com. If you guys are interested, I'll post a link to Following the Nerd in the information section below. I don't have cupcakes for this week. I originally decided not to make them because I just had stuff going on and I didn't feel like, one, I had time, and two, I just felt like they weren't going to turn out as best as I would like them to because I just had like negative feelings, and if you're like negative while you make something, it's not going to be as good, and I don't like to give out like negative products. So I decided not to do it. Later in the day I was feeling better and I actually regretted not doing it, but then the videos just didn't work. So to save time in case it decides to cut out, I'm not going to do them this week. I will bring them back next week and the dedications will be better than ever. I will say my question and answer session, which I will have linked in the information below to this, it is still, you know, up, and I would highly suggest watching it, even if it's very long, it's like 46 minutes, but even if you only scroll through to like the very last 5 to 10 minutes, I would highly suggest doing it because I am doing a giveaway on September 25th, which is the 6-month anniversary of me doing my first YouTube video. I'm giving away a gift card to, I don't know, sort of like a comic store of your choice, I guess, almost. I have some picked out, which I'll give you the options if you're the winner, and if you don't like any of those options, then you can tell me like, oh, well, I'd rather have it, you know, to this store because it's where I shop and whatever. So I would highly suggest checking out that because that shows how you enter the contest and whatnot. And I will say that I have like 2 different things, like there's 2 different questions that you can answer to enter into the contest. If you want to answer each one of them, that would give you 2 entries, and I'm totally okay with that. If you just want to answer one, that's fine, but definitely check that out. So you have this week and then next week to do that, and then on the 25th, like I said, will be whenever I do the winner. So I will let you guys know on that show who the winner is and all of that. So I don't know, I think that's all I have for this week. I feel like I'm leaving something out, but it's probably just because I didn't do the cupcakes. So with that, I guess I will go. I'm sorry once again that this is late. I was really upset that I couldn't do it yesterday. It just, I don't know, my phone was just being so derpy and it just wouldn't do it. So better late than never, right? Also, I posted a thing on my Facebook pages, my Twitter, and the YouTube comic book community yesterday about the Headlocked comic. It is completely fully funded, so if you guys are interested in that, you can visit. I'll have it in the links below, the thing for the Headlocked Kickstarter. It's fully completely funded, so if you back it in the next like day, you can get like all of this cool stuff. They have like a motion comic and then the original comic plus like an additional comic, and they just have all these different things that you can get now because they have reached like their ultimate goal. So I think that's pretty cool because, you know, who doesn't want like a bunch of stuff? So check that out for sure if you guys are interested in professional wrestling and or comic books and or both. So that's all I have. So I will see you guys with my show next week and with the reviews that I will hopefully have up by tomorrow. So with that, that's all I have. Bye!